Sometimes I joke a little bit about federalism in my country and say everybody is doing what he wants, nobody is doing what he should, but everybody is participating. So as long as they are sitting around the same table, as long as they discover what the other is doing, as long as they are open to listen to each other, suddenly certain initiatives do develop. And in MSPs, as I call it, it is like if you have a magnet in your hand and you have a few nails on the table, you have a kind of a chaotic setup or no structure. But when you come closer with your magnet to those various metal pieces, suddenly you see them moving and taking the same or creating a structure or getting aligned into the same direction. Now if you go too close, all of these nails will clump with the magnet. If you are too far away, nothing is happening. So the question is really how to make that work so that each one is really moving its resources, its knowledge, his knowledge towards the same objective they commonly agreed upon. So sometimes you need somebody who is the holder of that magnet in order to make it happen. But I give you a few examples that it is well possible to do. 4 years ago we started, I mean Canadian IDRC, Microsoft, and the agency I am heading, the Telecentres Initiative. We put together $20 million and we started it. 4 years after, we have about 40,000 telecentres across 25 countries. So pooling of resources, pooling of knowledge, finding the right people, the right leaders, it is working. But you also need certain business models, and we are all knowledgeable enough to conclude those business models. It's not charity. It's also maybe not profitable business, but it is solution. It is about results. Today, the major challenges of those approaches by telecentres is the development of content. I give you another example in my own country, a private-public partnership that started in 2001. The CEO from Swisscom, one of the telecom providers, came up with the idea and launched the idea all schools should have free access to Internet. Good initiative. I went to see him. I said, what is your rationale behind that? He said, if it comes to education, and when it comes to education, you need to reverse the pyramid of learning. The young will go to learn the elderly. And from an investment point of view, the young people stay customers for longer time than the elderly people. Then I asked him, how do you finance? How much is that going to cost? He told me, I don't know, but don't bother. You are going to pay for that. And I said, who is you? He said, you, mobile phone users. It's even not a tenth of a percentage of the mobile phone bill that will be necessary to do. So it started in 2001 and it ended successfully in 2006 with success and with failures, but then a national consortia had to be created with the Teachers Association, with the state authorities dealing with education, with the hardware suppliers, with the software suppliers, and it happened. And very soon a report is published, what worked well and what did not work so well, what is replicable, what is not. But the outcome, not just the output, is an amazing one. First, the buying of computers, of course, went up very steeply. the teachers had to change their way of teaching. They got much more challenged by the students because they used internet to check out whether the teachers were right or not adequately prepared. So the teachers really paid a high price. And some trailed off that platform, but they would have fallen off anyway, so it was a good selection. Another example is in Cambodia, the digital data divide, a wonderful initiative, a business approach to increase computer literacy. Half of the students are disabled, physically disabled people. They use one part of their trained people to do business, for example, in scanning libraries, books of university libraries in the US, 5 cents a page, or they do this partition of images of horse races in France, or they put the Reuters news in blocks together, and all very, very quickly, and all by their advantage, and of course the prerequisite broadband access. But also the IBM-led initiative of UN Global Alliance ICT for Development, that is the one including physically handicapped people in socially and offering them new jobs. Another initiative is the one PPP from Intel to teach 1 million teachers, to train 1 million teachers in ICT literacy, or I would say 3 other initiatives we launched. I'm sitting on the board with chaired by Greg Barrett of this UN initiative. There we go for connecting, regional connectivity, affordable connectivity, the Telecenters initiative, access of schools to the net, integration of physically handicapped people, and the promotion of cyber voluntarism. Now, what could be new ways or new paths for private-public partnerships and relevant to enhance IT industry? Many development countries' education ministers want to have access to more computers. And whenever you talk to them, they say, I need those computers. I need 10,000, I need 50,000. We can solve the energy issue, but how are we going to finance it? And again, I come back. The money is available, but it's a matter how to do it. And here I think we need PPPs to help governments to do it, to get that supply scheme ready, but also to embark in new private-public partnerships on a national basis. I wouldn't say or give any advice to India, but as India is a so-called non-DAC donor country, why does it not make the issue of IT and ICT for development one of their flagships? Because there is such a tremendous demand out there in those markets. The potential demand is big, huge, but the affordable demand is still somewhat limited. So these soft loans available could well be